Let's skip the long introduction. Let's get started. In 1992, two brothers, Daniel and Chris, advanced deep into the wilderness of Maine during a backpacking trip. The elder brother, 23-year-old Daniel, suddenly stopped and aggressively began excavating the wet soil with his bare hands, pulling up a thick, fleshy root topped with umbrella-like white flowers.
Jackpot. Wild ginseng. We are going to brew a high-potency survival tea right now. This will give us energy for an entire week ahead.
Are you sure? It looks kind of strange. Do you know for an absolute fact this is it?
Come on, I have watched a ton of videos. Slice the root, the water's already boiling. The flavor is slightly burning. Hold on, something is... My muscles are cramping hard!
Daniel crashed violently to the ground, his fingers curling into rigid claws and his jaw snapping shut permanently. This was not ginseng. This was water hemlock, the deadliest weed on the continent. CQ toxin is already in Daniel's bloodstream. The central nervous system goes completely insane and broadcasts a maximum electrical payload to every muscle in your body simultaneously. A brutal status epilepticus initiates. The guy's muscles contract with such primordial force that they begin snapping his own bones and tearing his joints apart. The diaphragm permanently locks in a state of spasm, completely cutting off oxygen. 30 minutes after the first sip, arriving medics pronounced him dead. But sometimes plants do not even need poison to turn your living body into a perfect greenhouse. A 28-year-old patient was rushed to the operating table with a suspected advanced lung tumor. He was coughing up blood, wheezing, and in agonizing pain.
Scalpel. Alright, prep the patient. The x-rays show a massive carcinoma. We are removing a section of the right lung.
Vitals are stable, making the deep incision.
Retracting the tissue. Wait a minute. What the hell? This isn't a tumor at all. Forceps, now. Is that a green fir branch?
Welcome to Izhevsk, Russia, 2009. The patient had accidentally inhaled a microscopic fir seed, which lodged itself in his capillaries. Your body is designed to destroy foreign objects, but this plant was much smarter. To it, your lungs aren't a human respiratory organ. They are a premium greenhouse. 100% humidity, a perfect temperature of 98 and 6 degrees, and a continuous supply of oxygen pumped straight into the tissue. The seed dug strong roots into the capillaries, feeding on the patient's blood, and grew a 2-inch sprouting branch right inside his chest cavity, causing agonizing pain and relentless internal bleeding. Surgeons successfully excised the sprouted tree, and the patient survived. However, a lethal threat can silently breach the bloodstream right through your intact skin. 33-year-old professional gardener Nathan Greenaway was working on a private estate. He was simply transplanting and pruning aconite shrubs.
The heat today is just unbearable. I am taking off these stupid thick gloves. It is completely impossible to work properly in them.
Nathan, the shrubs by the south wall are looking wilted. Transplant them before evening.
Consider it done, sir. The leaves on this flower are incredibly beautiful. A deep, saturated purple. My head is spinning really hard all of a sudden. And my heart is pounding like crazy.
This is aconite, also known to biologists as monkshood. Gardener Nathan Greenaway made a fatal mistake by trusting his own skin. Your skin is supposed to protect you, right? But aconite does not waste time with sharp thorns or toxic berries. It uses a silent transdermal hack. The aconitine toxin breaches the body through the micropores on bare hands. It is absolutely painless. Through these pores, the liquid enters the bloodstream and heads straight for the myocardium, irreversibly shattering the heart's rhythm. 5 days in intensive care, multiple organ failure, and severe arrhythmia. The official verdict from the British coroner: death by touching a flower. And if silent chemistry fails, nature will deploy pure crushing gravity against you. A professional tree trimmer climbed the trunk of a Washingtonia palm for routine pruning.
Okay, safety harness is secure, climbing 50 feet up.
Hey, be extremely careful with that skirt. There's about 30 years of dead fronds piled up in there.
Relax, I will just start carefully cutting them from the bottom. It will be way faster. Firing up the saw.
The Washingtonia palm does not use complex biochemistry or neurotoxins. It uses the methods of Sir Isaac Newton. These trees do not shed their old, dry fronds. They hoard them on the trunk as massive, extremely dense armor weighing up to half a ton. The moment the worker used his chainsaw to cut away the bottom, load-bearing layer, That entire decades-old mass of dead vegetation lost its structural support and instantly collapsed downward. This is a compression trap in its absolute purest form. The man is pinned solid at a massive height. His ribcage is crushed with such colossal force that his lungs physically cannot expand to take a breath. An absolutely clean, 100% physical workplace elimination. Subscribe to the channel to survive this video, because the next biological landmine will not forgive even a single wrong step. Somewhere in the forests of the Roahina Ranges, New Zealand.
The track is pretty fresh. The deer went right behind that brush. Damn it, this freaking root. Ah! God, my eyes. I can't see a thing. I absolutely cannot breathe.
Welcome to New Zealand. The hunter just fell flat on his back into a dense thicket of Ongaonga, a 10-foot tall tree nettle. But this is absolutely not the harmless nettle they scared you with as a kid. The leaves of the plant are heavily covered with sharp, hollow silica needles. Upon contact, these microscopic needles puncture the skin, snap off, and remain in your body permanently. Hundreds of natural syringes simultaneously inject a highly complex chemical cocktail of histamine and a potent neurotoxin, trifidin, straight into the bloodstream. The human central nervous system overloads in a matter of seconds. Instantaneous blindness and complete paralysis of the respiratory tract set in. He died in the ICU 5 hours after his hike. Keep in mind that even harvested, dead plants are capable of killing by silently depriving you of oxygen. A sealed silo packed with fresh silage on a farm somewhere in Minnesota.
All right, all the corn is loaded up. I am going to head down to the silo to check on the fermentation process.
Hold on, you forgot to kick on the ventilation system.
Relax, I will literally be down there for 1 second. I'm just going to take a quick look and come right back up.
This is the absolute perfect crime. Tons of harvested corn inside a sealed silo continue to breathe, burning through all the oxygen. The fermentation process off-gasses nitrogen dioxide, a lethally corrosive reddish-brown gas that silently pools at the very bottom. The farmer takes a single step inside. He takes his first breath. The gas reacts with the moisture in his lungs, instantly converting into concentrated nitric acid. His bronchial tissues burn alive. The lungs rapidly fill with fluid, and the farmer collapses to the silo floor, drowning from the inside out in less than a minute. His body will not be found until the next day. Sometimes inevitable doom drops onto a person in broad daylight right out of a clear blue sky. Local resident Sean Mace lay down to rest under a tree in a national historical park.
What a beautiful sunny day in San Francisco. This park is just an absolute miracle. I am going to lie down right under this beautiful pine tree and quietly read a book.
Hey, mister! Watch out! Look up!
You absolutely do not need complex chemical compounds if you know how to perfectly weaponize gravity. The Bunya Pine is a genuine prehistoric relic from the age of massive dinosaurs. It does not produce standard little pine cones. This ancient tree grows massive structures the size of a large watermelon, weighing up to 18 pounds. And when the biological time comes to drop its heavy seeds, it does so with absolutely zero warning. The drop height is 50 feet. Gravitational acceleration turns the cone into a ballistic projectile, easily capable of caving in a human skull and shattering every facial bone. Sean miraculously survived the impact, but he permanently lost his normal way of life. Some trees went even further and learned how to transform ordinary rain into searing acid. The Caribbean and Florida, regular emergency room cases.
Brutal downpour. Let's run to that huge tree and take cover under the leaves.
Ouch! What is happening? The water drops are stinging. Ah! My skin is on fire!
They took shelter under a Manchineel, the tree of death. Its leaves continuously exude a sap supersaturated with the toxin phorbol. The tropical rain washes this poison downward, converting the water into a concentrated acid. The drops instantly eat into the epidermis, leaving severe burns. The tree brutally punishes you simply for standing in its shade. An ambulance rushes the tourists away with giant blisters. They will live, but if even a single drop of this rain made it into their eyes, they are facing complete and irreversible blindness. But there are botanical traps where any attempt you make to break free only accelerates the fatal outcome. San Joaquin Valley, California, 2012. 32-year-old runner Mark was on a morning trail run through dry, rough terrain.
Damn it, something flew right into my throat. I
can't cough it up. It hurts so much.
This is a dry airborne spikelet of a common weed grass, known as a foxtail. Its shape resembles a sharp arrow completely covered in microscopic barbs pointing strictly backward. By coughing, you think you are getting rid of it, but with every new sharp inhalation, the barbs hook permanently into the soft tissues and drive the spikelet only forward. It drills deeper and deeper into your living flesh until it breaches the bronchi and completely punctures your lung. Mark ended up on the operating table. Surgeons had to perform an emergency open chest surgery to extract the botanical harpoon and remove a portion of his damaged lung, saving the guy from a fatal abscess. Subscribe to the channel before some harmless little bush permanently downsizes my target audience.